Last summer, Washington Post reporter Christopher Ingraham created an uproar after publishing an article that Red Lake County, Minnesota was the worst place to live in the country. It was based on government data related to climate and scenery. However, as Valley News Live's Neil Carlson shows us, Ingraham has packed up his family in Washington, D.C. and now calls Red Lake County home.
After calling Red Lake County one of the worst places in the country to live and receiving a lot of criticism for his article, Ingraham accepted an invitation to visit Red Lake Falls last summer. His entire family decided to move here last month.
Just the warmth that they met me with when all they knew of me was I was some jerk from D.C. who had written this kind of, not very nice thing about them. So there was that, and then, this whole thing that my wife and I have talked about for a long time of wanting to spend more time with the kids.
The price of houses here is 4 to 5 times less than the D.C. area. It's enabled his wife Briana to quit her job with the Social Security Administration, spend more time with their 2 boys, and the entire family can live off 1 paycheck from the Washington Post.
Out here, the house is double the size pretty much than what we had in Maryland, and I can, stay home with the boys. It's, if we were going to do that in Maryland, we would have had to have moved or done something else.
And technology allows Ingraham to continue working for the Washington Post, reporting on all kinds of government data stories.
I write about guns a lot, so this is actually an interesting place to write about guns and gun policy because there's a very strong gun culture here. So it's a very different context to be writing about guns from than, say, the D.C. area where most people don't have guns, versus you come out here and a lot of people do have them. They're just a part of life out here. So it's an interesting backdrop to study some of these things.
From Red Lake Falls, Minnesota, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
One of Ingram's most recent articles for the Washington Post says that Minnesota is the best place in the country to raise children. We have a link to it. Just go to valleynewslive.com and click on this story.